why you do what you do.
So why do I do what I do? It's a very interesting question. So fundamentally, since childhood, I always like to help people. Whenever I used to help people, I used to feel very happy. And so this helping people is something in my nature. I think this is very innate to most people. And so after I did my education, I joined the banking industry. I completed my CA and joined the banking industry. What I observed that most people, they were unhappy and stressed, and I just questioned myself, uh, what is the purpose of my life? Is it just to earn money, take care of my family, do a job, give loans to the people, or is there any bigger purpose to my life? So a voice from within told me that I have a bigger purpose to life, that is to serve humanity, that is to bring joy, peace, and harmony into the lives of people. So this thought became bigger and bigger and bigger. And in the year 2010, I went to a point where I had to take a call whether to go with my calling or whether to stay in the job. And I decided that I would better go with my calling, because I just cannot I'm not able to focus either on my work there, because my mind is all the time thinking about uh, helping people. So mind was always working on this, and I used to study about this, watch videos and learn about this thing, do research into this area, because of which I found that I was not able to do justice with the work that I was doing. And I didn't wanted to do a job where I cannot do full justice with the responsibilities that I have. So then I took a decision, okay, let me um, take a shot, and I resigned from the bank. And then I joined a spiritual come social organization. So I was engaged into a lot of training programs. I was into a lot of social work, and everything was going good. I really started experiencing a lot of freedom, because now I was doing what I wanted to do. I was conducting different training programs. I met thousands of people, gave them lots of different kind of training, whether it was stress management training, parenting training, helping people how to have better upbringing of the children, how to have the children grow in all-rounded development, how to have great bonding with the children. And I also was working on spiritual retreats, and helping people to be more happy, more peaceful within. So a lot of these things were happening, and life was going great, except that one point was that my wife was not happy with this. Now, why she was not happy? The main reason was the money I was making in the bank. Now I was not making that money. That would create a lot of conflicts between us also. And many times, because of this lack of money, I started feeling somewhere restricted. Started feeling somewhere I'm losing my freedom, because I'm not able to do the things that I want to do. And I saw not only myself, I saw many other people who were into spirituality, who were into social work, struggling financially. I saw a woman. Previously, she was into some job. She left and she came to the social work and the spiritual work. And one day she was crying, and I asked her, "Why are you crying?" She said, "My daughter, she is right now in 10th standard. She is very interested into art and drawing, and I want her to pursue it further. But these things cost a lot of money, and I don't have money. So I really don't know, and feeling so helpless." When I heard her, I felt like consoling her and telling her that everything will be okay. But then I knew that certain things require money. Okay, any amount of motivation will not help. It requires money only. So even though I wanted to help her, but I couldn't help. So this was one incident. In another incident, I saw a lady. She had a son who was studying in the school, And suddenly one day I saw her, she was also crying. I asked her what happened. She said, my son, he has a particular kind of disease for which he has to be taken to the hospital. But here the school authorities, uh, they are taking my son to a doctor's dispensary, and that doctor cannot do justice. He has to be taken to the hospital. So then I said, okay, then why they are not taking to the hospital? And she said the school authorities don't have the money, and even she was not contributing money. She was also not earning much, and because of which she was like very much crying. And I also understood that it's not fault of her or the school authorities, but it was like lack of money which was creating the problem. So I have found like a lot of people who have money, who have all the material success, but they are not happy. And for that I know that spirituality is the important thing for them to experience that joy. And when I was working in the bank, I was not happy because I felt I was not doing the difference that I want to make in the society. So I realized that to be happy and peaceful, it is important to grow spiritually. To be to have a meaning and purpose in life, you need to work for the society. But when you have a family, you also need money to take care of their requirements, and also to enjoy the life, and to travel and so many other things which money helps you to grow. And that is the time when I made a decision that all the three has to go together in order to live a really fulfilling life. Spirituality, service, and money has to go together. But I didn't knew how, because either I have seen people who are very happy spiritually because they were very happy, but financially struggling. So then I thought that we need to find out a way so that everybody can live a life of joy, peace, and prosperity. I started searching in the Google about how this thing can happen, but I didn't find anything of much use. Although I found some books about some spirituality and some connection between money and spirituality, but nothing much. But whatever I could found, I just started consuming all of them. I started talking to people about it, and observing people who are highly successful, understanding what make them rich, why some people are poor, some middle class, and some rich. So that thing I started studying. Then are there, and what are the religions, what are the scriptures talking about money? And then slowly and gradually I started getting some patterns. And as I said that since there was no one clear cut place or guidance where I could get the entire answer, so that is the time I decided that if there is no solution available, then I will find out a way. And for the people like me who want to be happy and peaceful, who want to make a social impact, but also want money to take care of the financial requirements, so those people who are like me and want to balance all the three areas, so I will find out a way for them. And those who want to join me, they can join, and I can help them to lead this. And that's where this concept of a spiritual billionaire came into the existence. And slowly and gradually I started getting a lot of clarity and insights. When I started this research, I had these four questions in my mind. First was, is it desirable that money and spirituality go together? So I was like, is it desirable that money and spirituality, can they go together? Should they go together? Is it that if we go for the money and material, will we lose the spirituality? So is it desirable or not? Because I didn't want it to lose on the spiritual part. That was very important for me. So this was first question. Second question was, even if it is desirable, is it possible? Because even if I want it, but if it is not possible, then what's the point? Third question was, even if it is possible, then how? That's the most important thing. And fourth is, are there any role models who have lived a life like that? So these four questions I started my whole research. Fortunately, the answer to all the questions was yes. Thinking that they cannot go together, people have compromised either on the material part or in the spiritual part. That's why you find either people who are very very spiritual but financially struggling, or you find people who are very very rich, have all the material thing but still lack a purpose, a meaning, a joy in their life, right? Second question, yes, it is possible, there is a way out. And how? I also started discovering how it can be done, and that is what I started practicing. And when I started practicing those things, I experienced that whatever income I was earning in a year, I earned in 1 month, okay, by applying those principles. And that was a big breakthrough for me. As you grow spiritually, you grow materially, and as you grow materially, you grow spiritually. So the connection had to be understood, which most people don't understand. I felt now I need to share it with people, and that's where I started. I created this program called Spiritual Billionaire Mindset, which was about helping people to develop a mindset, and helping people to understand and learn the principles for spiritual growth as well as material prosperity, so that they can go together and they can lead a very happy, peaceful, prosperous life with making social impact and having a loving and harmonious relationships. And that is my purpose, that is what I am doing. And I am also writing a book on this. It's called Secrets of a Spiritual Billionaire. I am conducting programs on this. So this is the story behind what I'm doing.